Hello students, how are you? Today we are going to start lesson 1 of 8th class, that is the best Christmas present in the world. I hope you all get gift on special occasions on your birthdays, Diwali, Christmas. Some of these you feel are the best present for you and some the usual one. So in this lesson we are going to read how one get the best Christmas present in the world. So there are three main characters you will come across in the lesson. First is Jim McPherson. He was the leader of his English troop. Before getting into war, he was a school teacher in Dorset, present in the west part of England. Second main character is Connie McPherson. She is the wife of Jim McPherson. After her husband went to war, she spent her whole life in belief that she will see him again. A fire broken in her house burnt her partially. And the third character is Hans Wolf. He was the captain of German troop. He worked in an orchestra in Dusseldorf before the war. The lesson begins with the author found a roll top desk in a junk shop. It was in a bad condition but cheap. He thought that he could restore it. So he bought it. He began to work on it on Christmas Eve. He pulled out the drawers. He found that these had been badly damaged by fire and water. The man who sold it had told him that it was very old. It was of 19th century and made of oak. The last drawer had stuck fast. He had to use much force to open it. When it opened, it revealed a secret space. In it he found a small tin box. On the top of the box, these words were written: Jim's last letter received January 25, 1915. To be buried with me when the time comes. Inside there was envelope with the address: Mrs. Jim McPherson, 12 Copper Beeches, Bridport. The date was December 26, 1914. The author read the letter. The owner of the desk must have put in it. The letter had been written by a captain of the English army. His name was Jim McPherson. He had written it to his wife Connie. A wonderful incident had happened on the battlefield on the Christmas day. Jim McPherson had narrated it in his letter. The English and the Germans were at war. The two armies stood in their respective trenches on the two sides of the no man's land. Suddenly, McPherson saw someone waving a white flag from the enemy side. And white flag shows peacefulness. Then he saw many German soldiers calling out to them. They were wishing a happy Christmas to the English soldiers. Some English soldiers shouted back, "Same to you." As you wish someone wish you and you wish them back, you say "same to you." So English soldiers shouted back, "Same to you." The English thought that was all. To their surprise, they saw many Germans moving towards them. The captain was alarmed because they were enemies. It could be a trick, but it was not. They were bringing with them German wine and canned meat. Now there were no rifles between the soldiers. They were hugging one another. The German officer moved towards McPherson. They shook hands very warmly. Then the German officer said that he was from Dusseldorf and that he played cello in the orchestra. He gave his name as Hans Wolf. In return, McPherson also introduced himself. He said that he was a school teacher from Dorset. Now they both becoming familiar with each other. They are not in a mood of fighting with each other. They wanted peace. Henswall smiled. He said he knew Dorset. In fact, he had never been to England, but he knew English. His favorite writer was Thomas Hardy. His favorite book was Far from the Madding Crowd. It was from there he had learnt all about Dorset. Macpherson shared with Henswolf the Christmas cake his wife had sent for him. Henswolf said that the marzipan was the best he had ever tasted. It was a wonderful Christmas party. Now both the armies they have decided whether they have war or they should have a football match. It was a way to create peace among the people. So then a soldier brought out a football. The soldier played while Macpherson and Henswolf clapped and cheered. Henswolf suggested that the world would be much better if the problems were resolved by a football match instead of war. So both of the armies they celebrated Christmas by playing football. After the football match, all the drinks and eatables were consumed. Now it was the time to part. Henswolf saluted Macpherson and walked away slowly and unwillingly. That night the Germans were heard singing a carol. The English soldiers replied with a rousing chorus of another carol. They exchanged carols for a while and then it was silence. Macpherson wrote in his letter that would treasure those moments all his life. Macpherson ended the letter hoping that the war would soon end. Both armies longed for peace and was sure they would be together again. Having read the letter, the author put it back in the envelope. He decided to give the letter back to whom it belonged. The address was of Bridport, Dorset. So he drove to that place. The house, number 12, turned out to be a burnt out shell. It was found that Mrs. Macpherson was in the house when it caught fire. The fireman had got her out just in time. She was 101 years old. Now she was in a nursing home. The author went to the nursing home. He met the matron. She told the author that Mrs. Macpherson was rather confused that day. They had put her in a conservatory. The author found Mrs. Macpherson sitting in a chair. Naturally, she looked up at the author vacantly, but her eyes lit up when he called her Connie and gave her the letter. He told her how he had got the letter, but she was not listening to him. She reached out and took his hand. Her eyes were filled with tears. She felt that her Jim had returned. She said that her Jim had kept his promise. He had returned on the eve of Christmas. She made him sit beside her. She kissed his cheek. She talked long and lovingly to him. She said that she had got the best Christmas present in the world. Now, while reading the lesson, you will come across certain words and their meanings are like this. Bridport, this is a market town in Dorset, England, situated approximately 1.5 miles inland from British Channel. Junk shop, it is a shop selling miscellaneous second-hand or old out of used material. Like in this lesson, the author purchased a roll-top desk from the junk shop. Now roll-top desk is a desk with a flexible sliding cover. Spotted it means he found it. Scorch marks, these are the burn marks on burnt items. Clumsily mended, when you mend certain things at your home, whereas you are not skilled in repairing, so it is known as clumsily mended, without skill repaired. Veneer is a thin layer of plastic or decorative wood on furniture of cheap wood. Brute force is violent force, as you apply force to open certain things. Tommy, this is used to refer a common soldier in British Army, and Fritz is used for popular German nickname. No man's land is a piece of land which falls in the middle of the borders of two countries. It belongs to neither of the country. Parapet, a low protective wall at the edge of the trench. Marzipan, a sweet covering on a cake made from sugar, eggs and almonds. Thomas Hardy, famous English novelist. Far from the Madding Crowd, this is the fourth novel of Thomas Hardy. Bathsheba Everdene, this is the beautiful young heroine of Far from the Madding Crowd. Gabriel Oak is a farmer. Shepherd Gabriel Oak is the hero of Far from the Madding Crowd. Sergeant Troy was the villain of Far from the Madding Crowd. Conservatory, a room having glass roof and walls typically attached to a house on only one side. Wicker chair, a chair made of wicker and is thus ventilated and useful under hot or humid conditions. Now you should read your lesson carefully and I hope you have understood it well. Thank you.